Hi, I'm David Bell. Welcome to episode 5 of 10 on putting pizzazz into your ePortfolio. I said before that an ePortfolio can be very boring. That's true, but one of the easiest and maybe the best way to turn it from boring to brilliant is to start using journals. Now, how does using journals change anything? The answer is very, very simple. Your Mahara journal can act as a blog and transmit to a multitude of places, far beyond kiwiconnexion.nz. And if, like most of the Kiwi Connection contributors, you're happy to create and distribute great Christian content and resources as a hobby or as a ministry, that certainly fulfills our aims and objectives. Let's get started. I'm open at the dashboard for Demo Student 2. There are 3 tabs running along the top. Portfolios is about creating pages and collecting them. The display of your work, we'll look at that next week. Groups we've already looked at, and they're about the topics you want to explore and the friends who will be your companions on the journey. The first tab, content, is about what you create, what you want to put into your ePortfolio, and we want to get a feel for journals, which are often called blogs. Everyone starts with one blog which is auto-created for you when you register. It's called by your name, John Smith's journal. You can make a new journal, just click create and give it a name. You can make as many journals as you want, although I think 3 or 4 will keep most folk occupied for a few years. It's your call. First up, think of the journal as a diary. You can create an entry or create a new journal. I'm going to create a new journal and then a new entry. The title will be Adventures with Polar Bears. The description is going to be the extinction of species and other climate change effects. I want to add tags to this. I want to add the tags polar bear and ecology. And finally, the text editor appears. Some people write daily, others once a week, others just on the odd occasion. I'm going to copy and paste the first entry in, just as easily sit and write at the keyboard. Because I want all my journal entries to look the same, a clean, uniform style, I'll just twirl open the text editor and click the plain text button. That removes external formatting. But if you want to preserve any formatting you did in Word or whatever editor you use, just Control-V for paste. The point is, always be consistent. The variety of fonts and styles isn't such a great look across multiple journal entries. And there we are. Now, if I want to format, I do it with the text editor commands like so. Heading 1 for the title, heading 2 for the major sections, heading 3 for subsections, and so on and so forth. If it's a short blog, I would just use heading 3. All done, and scroll to the bottom and save. Demo's created a journal and made a first entry. Then he remembers he wants to add a couple of photos. To do that, he's got 2 options. He can embed photos from elsewhere on the web. That's for later in the series. And the other option, which is very direct, Demo uploads photos to his own files area. And from files, inserts them into the journal. The files are found in the same tab as journals, but a word about file size. Before you upload photos, resize them to a maximum of 1024 pixels wide. That's iPad size. And make sure they're of medium quality. It reduces the file size because we do have quotas in place. Currently they're set to 100 megabytes maximum for your personal files area. Most of the graphics you see in Kiwi Connection that I've created are not large files at all. So let's upload a couple of files for demo. He could create some subfolders under the parent folder. This would ensure better organization if he's got a lot of files, images, PDFs, Word docs, etc. to upload and share. Note, he's asked to say whether the images are his. Does he have a right to use them? He hasn't purloined them from somewhere. That's an important copyright safeguard for both Demo and Kiwi Connection. All done. How to get those images showing in the journal? Go to the journals and we want to edit an existing entry. To add the photo, click the image icon. Up comes a dialog asking where the file is. We know it's in Demo's own files, but in some cases he could use certain site files and group files. Open up and let's choose one image. We're now asked to format it, keep the same size and position it at the top of the page and maybe a vertical space of 5 pixels, just to push the text down a little and give text and image some space to breathe. Save. All done. But let's run over that a second time just to make sure we've got it. Let's make a second journal entry in Adventures with Polar Bears. This time I want a single line of text and I want the image in the same place, top of the page. Format with vertical space of 5 pixels. All done. Demo's well on the way with this journal. As he has further reflections, ideas and images, he can create new journal entries to produce a very smart blog. But who sees it? At present, absolutely no one sees it but Demo. And if he wants it to remain private, then he doesn't need to take any further action. There are lots of private journals in Kiwi Connection, because until you activate your auto-created journal, it remains visible only to you. Demo doesn't want to hide his light, however. To activate his journal and make it public, he needs to put it onto a page. The best place to put it is on his profile page. Well, at this stage anyway. So remember, look for his own name at the top of the page and click it. And you're always taken to your profile page from there. Click Edit Page and look at the list of menu items. And there you will see Journals. Let's add the whole of this journal. And now the journal is showing. It has an RSS feed, the little orange icon, which means your blog is transmitting. Anyone that's got that feed can now embed your blog on their website. Very cool indeed. See you next week when we explore the implications of RSS along with creating pages and collections. Thanks for watching.